I'm Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at Little Theatre for the Claire Trevor School of the Arts presentation of Boeing Boeing. Hi, this is Ashton Marcus with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
Eli Simon. I'm a professor of acting here in the drama department at UC Irvine. Been here 27 years, and I direct here on campus and across the country and internationally. And I have a specialty in clowning and mass technique, farce, commedia, and shows like this. This is Boeing Boeing, and it's playing right here in the Little Theatre at UC Irvine. It's a standard French farce and 3-act play.
See you later.
6 actors. Basically, what's going on here is you've got a guy who's engaged to 3 girls at the same time. They each think that they're his fiancée, and they're all airline hostesses. He can keep things separated because he's got a timetable that lets him know when each of them is landing in Paris, where he lives. Then, of course, a new jet is introduced, the Boeing Boeing, which gets them moving faster and faster. They start arriving at the same time, and mayhem ensues.
So why did you decide to direct this play?
Well, this is a season of love, lust, and greed. And we've got a little bit of all of that, but particularly the love and lust in this show. And we didn't really have a comedy on the UCI drama season, so we chose this play.
Oh, yeah.
This play was originally written in French. Do you think it translated well, or do you think there was any specific style about the French that was different in comedy?
Well, the French farce is pretty classic in general. There's a specific set of actions and French scenes, as we call them, for those particular plays. But I think the situation is pretty universal, and it would probably translate well in any language. You're always going to have certain kinds of language jokes depending on what language you're speaking. And in this play we have, of course, everybody's speaking English, but we have a French accent, a German accent, and an Italian accent, so that gives it a kind of international flavor and flair.
Jerry Lewis was originally one of the actors in here. He actually did very well with the French audience. Do you have any comments about that?
Well, the French loved him because of his zany nature and the fact that he had a kind of energy that they could relate to. That's what I am guessing. American audiences loved that as well. I thought he was miscast in this play because he was a little too wacky, and more straight and settled actor might work better in a part that gets frantic than a naturally frantic guy. But yeah, it's true, the French really did love him.
Your primary job as a director is actually casting. What do you look for in your casting?
Well, I look for actors with a sense of humor for a play like this. People that are pretty focused and loose at the same time, that are innovative, free physically, and can really handle the language crisply, cleanly, and clearly.
Were there any challenges to this performance?
Well, every play is a challenge. This particular play, this particular play has inherent challenges because it's very fast-paced and it needs to be move very quickly. So it just takes a tremendous amount of rehearsal, precision, practice, detail. It's always challenging.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
My pleasure. Thanks for the interview. I appreciate it.
Hi, this is Ashton Marcus with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
I'm Sam Arnold. My name is Sam Arnold. I'm a first-year MFA acting student here at UC Irvine, and I hail from Clearwater, Florida. I played the role of Robert Lambert. Robert is an 8-year-old boy. He's amazed by everything. He's a gentle soul, cares about everybody very much, and wants to make a good impression on everybody he meets.
I've seen this film before, and you play the character who was originally played by Jerry Lewis. Were you inspired a great deal by his performance, or did you come up with your own?
You know, not so much Jerry Lewis, although he did a great job. But there's an actor named Mark Rylance who, if you're not familiar with, you got to check out. He's wonderful, and I took a lot of his stuff. He did this role a couple of years ago on Broadway, and he's just great. He's just wonderful.
Do you prefer doing comedies, or actually are you more a dramatic actor?
Comedies are always great because you get that audience feedback immediately, but dramas are fun too. It's just a different thing, but my preference is probably comedy. Yeah.
So I've spoken to a few people about comedy, and I've always asked them, how do you learn comedy? Was this something you were just born with?
I don't know. I think it has a lot to do with the family that you come from and like the kind of temperament that you're born with. So in that respect, yeah. But there's a lot of technicality to it too. And like the work that we did tonight is very polished and very refined and takes a lot of work. So it's kind of a really beautiful marriage of the two. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for being on the show.
You got it. Absolutely.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. And you're?
Nice to meet you. I'm Nick Manfredi. I'm a first-year MFA actor here. I'm originally from Las Vegas, Nevada. I went to my undergrad at Santa Clara University, and now I'm here. I play Bernard in the show. Bernard is a Lothario. He is a man who has 3 fiancées at the same time, none of whom know about the other ones. And he's just kind of a slick, kind of polygamist. Yeah.
I saw the original film with Tony Curtis. Were you inspired a great deal by his performance, or did you come up with your own?
No, I did not watch it. I did not want to be influenced too much by it. I wanted to kind of create my own character, and I don't know. I'd be interested to go back and watch it and see how much of what he did is what I was thinking. See where we're on the same page. So that's interesting, though. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
I think actually you two were very similar, but probably because he was probably leaning a great deal on the script. Were you also doing the same thing, leaning a great deal on the words written in the script?
Oh, absolutely. I don't. I'm not sure what else you would lean on. I guess the given circumstances and what happens in between the lines are also very important. So, yeah, that's an interesting question, though. Yeah.
Okay, so do you prefer this type of play, comedies, or would you prefer doing a drama?
I prefer to be able to do both because I love getting to do drama. I love getting to sink my teeth into a character. But a comedy is a breath of fresh air a lot of the times, and it's also just a different muscle, and it's fun to be able to work them both out. So yeah, it's nice to have a little change because I haven't done one in a little while now, comedy. So it was nice.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Yes, thank you very much. Have a good one.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
I'm Grace Morrison. I am a second-year MFA acting student here at UC Irvine. I got my BA at UCSB. I'm from the Bay Area. I played Gretchen. Gretchen is the German flight attendant of the 3 flight attendants, and she's described as very intense and passionate, and she comes to find that she has fallen in love with Bernard's friend, Robert, unexpectedly.
I was very intrigued by your accent. What kind of training did you go through to develop it?
We have voice and speech training here at the MFA program, and so we were coached by Phil Thompson, who's our speech professor, and he came in to several rehearsals. But it's one of the things that we study every single quarter about different accents, the International Phonetic Alphabet, and all that jazz.
What's your opinion of what your character was?
Well, I think that it's up to the audience, and the other characters on stage perceive her in a kind of way as intense or maybe even harsh. I think she sees herself more as like a hopeless romantic and doesn't intend to come off in ways that she does. Yeah.
Also, I'd like your opinion on what you think about the roles of female actors today. I've heard a lot of people say that the playing field just isn't level. There's so many challenging roles for male actors, not that many for women. Yeah. What do you think about that?
I think that's kind of the state of art right now, unfortunately. If you look at Shakespearean characters, there are a ton of awesome roles for men and just a handful for women. And even in contemporary plays, it's often male-centered drama, and there are certainly stereotypes that are reinforced in certain plays and movies today. And I think that part of the big change will come when we have more female playwrights, female directors, and...
Do you prefer drama or comedy? Because this was a comedy. Or tragedies?
I like both. I like everything. I like to do improv in my spare time. I'm on an improv team here on campus. We're called Live Nude People with Clothes On. But I think it's all really useful, especially in training, to do drama and comedy and tragedy, especially because if you're approaching all of the work that you do from a place of truth, it's all fun for me.
Do you think you'll get into directing or writing?
Sure. I don't know if I like writing sketches. I don't know if I could see myself writing a full-length play, but directing is definitely something I'm interested in.
Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
I'm Alex Raby. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. I am a first-year grad student at UCI, and I'm loving it so far. So, I played Bertha, the French maid. Bertha she's got a lot of issues because Bernard has so many fiancés, and so she's forced to change her cooking, and she's forced to do all sorts of chores and really keep up with everything that's going on, and it really stresses her out. So she's a little bitter.
Actually, with modern theater, with the strong women that you see now portrayed, I actually see you more as being a typical theater character. The other characters, I think, are a bit nostalgic. What do you think about that?
That's very interesting that you say that. I haven't heard that opinion. But yeah, I really appreciate her strength and her standing up to people and just the fact that she voices her opinions. And I think that's it's a farce, so it's a comedy, and it's portrayed in a really overt light. But I think it's fun that, high schoolers came to see it and they can sort of see women standing up like that.
What is your opinion of the role of women in acting nowadays? I've heard some people say that it's not even enough. The field is not even enough. There's far more challenging roles for men than there are for women. What do you think about that?
I think, it all started sort of with the classics when only men were on stage. And so I think we are working towards a place, but it's obviously not perfect right now. And so I definitely think that, more women playwrights and more women actresses would always be wonderful, especially, strong women roles, not just in the background. So I am totally in support of that, but I know we're doing our best, and it's going to be a slow process, but hopefully we'll get there.
Great. So, in the future, would you prefer to do comedies, dramas, or possibly direct or maybe write?
That all sounds really fun. I think the book is open right now. So I love both comedies and dramas, and I think it would be really cool to just do all sorts of theatrical activities and affect people in the way that I've been affected by the theater.
Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Boeing Boeing will be playing at UCI from April 25th to May 3rd. For more information, go to www.arts.uci.edu or theorangecurtainrev.com.